Hey everybody, it's Sunday, so it's vlog day. So last week, of course, I mentioned that my heart rate was out of control. I did not end up going to the doctor that night, and I waited till Monday to go. They didn't really find anything wrong, just said that my heart rate was kind of abnormal. And so I went to the doctor. Okay, I went to the ER on Monday, and they ran a bunch of tests, and I'm okay. And then I went to the doctor on Friday. And between that time, I talked to my mother-in-law, and she said that it maybe had been my birth control because they swapped out the thing that I normally take. So I talked to my doctor about it. Well, I had stopped actually taking it, and my heart rate did go down. So I told my doctor that, and she said that that would make sense, and that she can get me something else. And I said, okay. And so I guess we kind of talked about a couple options, and more things were more, severe, like DUIs and stuff like that. That's kind of personal, but, and apparently it's knowledge something you can get in your arm, but all that kind of sounded like a little bit more than what I just want something simple. So we kind of decided to try the shot because I was like, well, at least I don't have to worry about it. It's done. It's 3 months, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't have to try to remember it every day. So that was the end of that. I got the shot, and then as soon as I got home, I started hearing all these horror stories from my friends that are like, oh, I gained 50 pounds. Oh, I gained 100 pounds. Oh, I gained like 40 pounds. I mean, it was always something made, like a big weight gain, not like I gained 5 pounds. So, and I read a lot of reviews online, and they're all the same. You know, they're like, everybody's gaining weight, and they're like, I would never do it again. And I'm like, oh, perfect. That's awesome. Thanks. So, a shot isn't something you can take back, unfortunately. It's not a pill I can just stop taking. So, I'm stuck with these results, whatever happens for the next 3 months. So, I've been kind of discouraged and honestly depressed about it. Just because, I mean, not depressed on my normal level, but I've been a little sadder about my things. But, you know, kind of thinking, here I am working my butt off, and I might gain all this back. That's really scary to me. So, obviously I just have to push harder, of course, like normal, and, the thing she mentioned is that I might be hungrier. My appetite might increase. So if I'm hungry, I need to be picking healthier snacks. Apples, bananas, stuff that's going to be at least healthy if I eat it. If you eat an apple, you actually burn more calories eating the apple than you do eating it. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So this week I did size it up. Not as much as I intended, as always. I'm failing horrible at that. But of course, it wasn't until Friday that I actually felt good enough to adventure out. Well, I guess it was Thursday. Thursday I walked a lot. And then Friday we had the whole thing with the doctor appointment. And then Saturday I went on a really long walk too. And before that I was really honestly scared to exercise. So I didn't size it up as often as I should. I think the first night I did it was Wednesday night. And I tried a new song, and it was horrible. I failed awfully. But I'm going to keep going with it because, it's how you get through it. So, let's see. But I haven't done crap today, let's be honest. Oh, I am a Walking Dead fan. Judge me if you must. But, to begin with, I watched it because my best friend is a Walking Dead fanatic. And I was like, okay, she's always talking about this show. I mean, what is this really that's so about this? So I watched The Walking Dead, and I watched all the seasons, and I never was like, oh my god, I have to see the next episode. And so I get all the way through, I finally get caught up, and then, it was about probably a couple weeks after I hadn't watched an episode in a while, I was like, I kind of miss it. And then when the trailer came out for this new season, I was like, ah! So that was a horrible expression. We might cut that out. I'm just kidding. So anyway, that's on tonight. So I will be watching The Walking Dead season premiere tonight. I'm pretty stoked. So, drink more water. That was definitely has taken place. I am very proud to say that I'm drinking a lot more water than I am Coke. So I have drank some Coke, but I have primarily chosen water over other things. I don't actually have any Coke left in the house for me to drink, and I'm not planning to buy anymore. So, let's see, walk. I did walk. I walked twice this week, long distances. I did about 3 miles last night. I also went geocaching, which I don't know if you've heard of that, but basically it's like treasure hunting, sort of, but not. There's an app called geocaching, and if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm very sorry. I'm guessing. But basically it'll show you where there's a something to find. And so you click on it and you go to the coordinates, and then it'll tell you a clue of where it might be. So me and my daughter that I actually posted on the video last week, Ashlyn, we went and geocached on our walk last night, and that was really fun. And we found one, and it was really exciting. The first one we didn't find. We're gonna check again for that one though, but we did find 1 out of 3. So, it was really exciting to do that. I'm actually going to post about geocaching in my blog this week at some point. I don't have an article yet. My goal is to have the article for next Tuesday, because it is going to be a lengthy article probably. So, I'm going to probably I'm going to need more time on that. It's something that I really am passionate about, and I don't want to just throw it together and it be crappy. Okay, so, walk, drink more water, get that done. Eat healthy. That's really not been a problem. The fall festival was this week. I was terrified. I didn't actually eat down there, so I was really excited. Yay. The biggest temptation down there is the chocolate covered banana. It's a frozen chocolate covered banana. It's really good. And we didn't even really walk by it, so I didn't have to worry about it. Less time on the phone. Well, since I was sick, I'm going to say that was a no. I worked on the house pretty much as best I could when I could, because of the whole, literally I would get up, I would get off the couch, I'd walk to the kitchen, I would clean up my blender because I make Shakeology. And I cleaned up my blender, and I went to put it up, and I was it. Like, I felt horrible. My heart was racing. I had to go lay back down. So, like, even just doing something simple like that, it takes the energy out of me. And I didn't even get to make the Shakeology. I had to wait until after my heart rate had dropped back down before I could get up and make the Shakeology. So, goals for this week. I'm just going to reiterate that again. And the article may not be finished by Sunday, but I want at least a good rough draft done by Sunday. I want to size it up every day this week. There's no excuses. There's the 30-minute one I can do, Walking. I really like geocaching, so I'm going to kind of make that a thing to do along my walks, to kind of keep me like, oh, I'm not just walking, I'm going on an adventure. Drink more water. We're just going to continue on with that. And, of course, eating healthy. Tonight we're having ribeye. But it's steak. It's red meat. It's good every now and then. I don't eat it every night. But it is my favorite kind of steak, of course. But we're just doing, like, sandwiches. Spend less time on the phone and more time on the house. Yeah, I'll try that. I did make a schedule out last week. It worked for a couple days, and then I stopped making the schedules. Oh my gosh, this one's really long. Sorry, guys. So I will go ahead and remake the schedules and try to keep up with my scheduling. Okay, there's that. One last thing, because I know this is super long. Girl Meets World. I'm a huge fan of Boy Meets World series. Girl Meets World's Friday episode was Girl Meets Rah Rah. Riley tries out for a cheerleading team. Anyway, if you have teens, if you want an inspirational, motivational show, that episode right there was absolutely amazing and phenomenal. Basically, it sums it down to Riley was trying out for cheerleading. She's tried out for cheerleading since 3rd grade. I think she's in 8th grade in this show. And she's never made the team, but she continues to try out every year anyway. And her dad is the teacher of the class, and which is Corey Matthews. And he says that, Thomas Edison said that he never failed. He just found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. So, whenever I think about exercise and how many times I failed, I've just found 10,000 diets and plans that don't work. At the end of the show, he says, if he had only tried 9,000 times, we would still be sitting in the dark. And he asks the starter, do you want to still be sitting in the dark? So, I don't want to be sitting in the dark. So, try no matter what, because maybe it's that 10,000 time that you try that you're going to get it. So, and that can relate to any goal you have in life, any dream that you have. Perez Hilton wraps it up at the end and says, so dream big, little ones. Actually, I just totally forgot the line. Sorry. He says, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking it up right now because I posted this video on my Facebook in a group. He says, there's my children, if you heard that scream. So, he says, so dream it big, little ones, because this is a world where nothing is impossible, and isn't that the kind of world you want to live in? So, I'll finish it off with that, and have a great week, everybody. And watch that show if you can somehow. Adios, world.